Guys, I want to share something. I feel like we're a family here. The audience, Booster Club, they're a family here. I experienced something the other day that I've never experienced before and changed my mind about it. Sitting at the house, Reed's been begging me. She's like, look, I'm about to go get a pedicure. It's right down the street. You want to come with me?
Oh, mani-pedis are nice.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just stay here with the dog. She's like, you ought to just try it once. She's like, they're not going to obviously paint your toenails or anything like that. It's like, you ought to just try it. So I'm like, all right, Reed, that's fine. I'll try it one time. So we go down there, walk in. You know, was I feeling super comfortable? I'm not going to lie, no. I didn't have my bearings, didn't have my surroundings. This is a new area of the jungle to me. You know, whatever had they come up, we fill out what we need to fill out. I'm gonna be honest.
What did you fill out?
Just a piece of paper, man. Like what you wanted. You don't just go down there and people start touching your feet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I didn't fill out
Usually you do go in there and you pay someone to start touching your feet. You
have to fill out like what you use. So, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Pretty relaxing stuff.
Oh, you had a good time?
Man, I had a good time.
You go manicure too?
See what?
Mani-pedi?
You let them touch your hands?
No. Nobody touches my hands. Nobody
touches your feet.
Just my feet. It still blows my mind somebody will like touch my feet though. I'll go in there and be like, hey, your job is to just rub all over my feet.
You let them things out in public, huh?
Yeah, look, sometimes you gotta let the dog outside, let him walk around.
Look.
You know,
walking
nice.
around. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It's pretty nice.
No, it was.
I've never had a manicure. I've had a pedicure.
Mani-pedi with a facial?
I don't like people touching my pinky toe though.
No, I don't like people touching my.
That one's off limit. That's where you draw the line.
That toenail's too fragile.
Well, like there's a couple things though that did I wasn't super excited about. Number one, that the ladies that were doing it, I could not understand obviously what they were saying. They spoke a different language than I did, but I felt like they were talking trash about me.
You think so?
My feet. Yeah, because look, a lot of giggling. A lot of not looking at me in the eyes while you're giggling.
They're fans of the show.
They're for sure making fun of
I may not know the language, but I know when somebody's making fun of my feet.
They're for sure making fun of you.
They're for sure making fun of me. I was just hoping it was just my feet.
Because
that was the thing.
One of them's rubbing your feet for a living, and you're paying them to do it.
Well, again, and then I thought the second thing I thought was like, y'all's forearms must just be absolute, like the grip strength of these women must be unbelievable. Yeah. We talked about yesterday, can a girl throw a ball 55 yards? I don't think any of these women could have thrown a ball 55 yards, but I feel like they could have popped a football with one hand like Spike off Little Giants. Like that's what I really thought. But all in all, really good experience.
Good.
Really good experience.
Man.
That's always you're growing. It really is.
Yeah, well, I told Reed at the end, it's like my feet felt like my mouth does after I go to the dentist. You're like fresh and like rejuvenated and exuberant.
I hate going to the dentist.
That's a story. That's a story for another day. That's a story for another day.
Worst time ever.
Texas A&M fans have a right to be worried. They have a right to be nervous, and they definitely have a right to be disappointed. But it's still very early in the season, and with the ranked Miami team coming to town this Saturday, the perfect remedy for getting upset is to win a big game immediately after. You would much rather play a good team coming off a bad loss than some team you would run out of the yard, because deep down after, you still really wouldn't know. Now, the Aggies have multiple problems that need to be fixed, but I do believe there's a guy on the roster right now who could give the team a much-needed shot in the arm, and that's LSU transfer quarterback Max Johnson. Now, we've been very vocal on this show since Max transferred that we believed he would ultimately be the guy that gave A&M the best chance to win. Now, after Haynes King was named the starter and anointed the chosen one, we still stuck by that. And don't get me wrong, Haynes isn't a bad player, but his evolution at the position right now isn't the right time for him to be the quarterback. Now, nobody dealt with more problems in-game and out of game than Max Johnson at LSU. Their offensive line couldn't block somebody in Tetris, and the chaos off the field with Ed Orgeron oozed onto the field around him. Yet he still threw for 27 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. At this point, the Aggies need something to change, and not just at the quarterback position, but getting good play there could be what gives the rest of the guys confidence to go play at the level they've been expected to play at this whole time. I'm going to go ahead and bring in co-host, former Michigan quarterback David Cohn, former Western Colorado wide receiver and known as Flaming Dragon on Fridays, Blaine Crane. And look, A&M, it's easy to pile on them right now, right? Again, we've literally said during the summer, we think Max Johnson needs to be the guy. We go to SEC Media Days, see our buddy Billy Lucci there from Texags. We tell him We think Haynes King's a good player. He's not the right player at the right time. He panics a little bit. He has shown himself not to be a competent thrower consistently and be able to make good decisions, and he's putting the ball on the ground a lot. Max Johnson, for his career, has 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, has thrown for over 3,500 yards, has 3 rushing touchdowns, and he is a guy that can give you a legit Brad Johnson's son, a legitimate NFL quarterback son, guy that knows the position. I'm just looking around kind of like, when do you make this change? Because I feel like A&M has good enough players that they need a little bit of confidence and momentum. I mean, you have players retweeting tweets saying, Max Johnson's the better player. You can't fool the locker room. I wonder if Jimbo fell in love with Haynes King because he's an athletic guy that can run. He's good in practice when the bullets aren't real. But we've got a decent Haynes King sample size now, Cone, going back even to last year. I don't think he's shown you that he can handle it. He's not at that level. Will he be? Probably. But a great shot in the arm would be Max Johnson going back there and giving yourself a chance. And you'd much rather, like I said, have a good team coming in. Because if you beat Miami, then all of a sudden it takes a lot of sting out of that App State loss. You beat a top 15 team. Then it helps you kind of vault you into SEC play where you can turn your season around.
So there have been players on Texas A&M's team saying that Max Johnson's the guy?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, because before you said that, I was thinking, what does Jimbo Fisher know that we don't know? Like, what's the deal here? Because we saw what Max Johnson was able to do in a very toxic LSU situation last year. He's going to come in and be a very good quarterback. Now, when the ball leaves Haynes King's arm, you can tell there's just something different. It's a live arm. A couple of the throws that he made in the Sam Houston game, you could clearly see, like, wow, I wouldn't even attempt that throw. Like, it's just... One, it speaks to poor decision-making, but 2, he can make big throws. It's that gunslinger mentality. When you add into the fact that what he can do on his feet, I can kind of understand why Jimbo is like the guy. He's won the starting job twice now. I had the injury last year. So, at some point, I just don't know why you wouldn't put in the guy where you at least know what the baseline ceiling is.
Yeah.
Now, maybe Jimbo thought, starting off against Sam Houston and Appalachian State, they could kind of do this Michigan situation where you have some non-conference games before you get into the SEC situation. That is not the case when you play App State, and you found out the hard way. Now, Miami's coming to town, and they have this line at -5 right now. I think this is closer to a pick'em. Is it not? Like Miami? I mean, and you know what? Let's say you beat Miami. Congratulations. Your next 3 games are Arkansas, at Mississippi State, and at Alabama.
Yeah, it's again, there's a reason I had A&M starting out at least 1-2 in the SEC, and when I put out they would go 4-4, like I said, A&M fans wanted to burn my house down. The 2 quarterbacks I was really worried about that people were praising was Haynes King and Spencer Rattler. Now, it's a little bit less... it's more out of Spencer's control with the personnel that they have in South Carolina than Haynes does because they do have good players. But Blaine, and I'm going to get A&M fans and college football fans' thoughts in the chat, in the comments. Let us know, would you go with Max Johnson right now? People will say, oh, well, you need to go with the freshman Connor Wegman. To me, here's the way I think this should work out, in my opinion. We've seen Haynes. I think you got to give Max a shot before you just put Connor Wegman in there and say, all right, freshman, go get it. Good luck, because the last thing you want to do is bring him in and burn him in a bad situation early. You want to make sure you bring him in a situation that is the most advantageous to him. What does that mean? Maybe Max Johnson comes in and balls. And then Connor Wegman's the guy you bring in just to get experience later. Because, again, Max Johnson is a junior, okay? It's not like, he's a redshirt sophomore or a freshman. If Max Johnson comes in and doesn't play well and you have no other choice, then, to me, you make that move when you have no other choice, and then you have him battle it out for 2023, unless, like I said, Max comes in and turns the season around and has a great year. But at some point, something's got to change. And like I said, I know it's not all on Haynes King. I'm not saying Haynes King's the only problem. There's multiple problems. But watching him try to go through a progression, he doesn't look confident. It's not that I don't think he doesn't know what's going on. I don't think he's confident in himself fully to be able to lead a team with his arm down the field. A lot of it is hold, panic. He's pump faking throws to wide open guys and then throwing into them way behind him. He made a couple good throws, couple good vertical throws, but I'm watching him operate. And in the games that A&M is going to have to win against the type teams that they're going to play, even with Miami coming in, because the quarterback on the other side, Tyler Van Dyke, pretty damn good player. That Miami team, not a bad running game. They're not afraid to go downhill with Mario Cristobal. So when I look at A&M at some point at the quarterback position, you've got to be able to flip the momentum a little bit. It's not as much about the play calling. All right, play calling to me is the most overrated aspect of football. There's been a lot of coaches that can't call plays that have great players that look like the smartest guys in the world. There's been a lot of unbelievable play callers. The players aren't good enough, so it looks like they're stupid. Talent plus execution is way more important than play calling. That's why whenever we talk about Jimbo and Bill O'Brien, they're like, oh, Jimbo runs a prehistoric system. What? He runs a pro-style system. Look at what he's running that has some principles from other identities, but he's not running an offense from the 50s. This isn't Eddie Grand, Blaine.
Okay, yeah. What are you asking me? Whether Texas A&M can save their season, or does Jimbo run a prehistoric offense?
It's all in one. Can they save their season by making a change at quarterback?
Well, yeah, you can save your season. Make it. I mean, obviously, Haynes King is not the guy. I don't have to watch another weekend of football to know that Haynes King's not the guy. You go look at the first 2 games he played. I mean, there's certain guys when you put them out there, you just know. Max Johnson. We knew at LSU. He was carrying most of the load, doing it all of himself. I understand. I'm trying to get to the point for your Texas A&M fans. What's holding Jimbo back from putting Max Johnson in there? Why did Max Johnson not really see the field the first 2 weeks? I don't know. Maybe it's a new system. I mean, he's an older kid, so I don't think he would struggle with the system. Seems like a guy who could get it pretty quick. But you can watch Haynes King in the pocket, going through progressions, going through reads that know that he's not the guy, Texas A&M, that's going to get you where you need to go. And then you go back to the Appalachian State game. I mean, you ran the ball for 60 yards. You have a good offensive line, a good running back, and you gave up a $125 versus the App State team. So there's a lot of things right now worrisome for this A&M team. But if you go through their schedule, there's games on this schedule that can save your season. You play Miami. You play Bama. You play Arkansas. Hell, you play South Carolina. You're going to go through a tough SEC schedule.
You got Florida, too.
So you play Florida. The thing about me, I was never high on A&M. A&M does this every year. They're in the same boat as Notre Dame. They're going 12-0. You look up, they're 8-4.
Yeah, and I want to say this. People say, oh, well, the run game's got to get fixed. Yeah, you're right. You know what helps a run game? A competent pass game. We're deep. You know what App State said? We don't think you can throw it and beat us. Mm-hmm. We don't think you can throw it and beat us. I dare you to let Haynes King try and throw it and beat us. And they sold out most of the game against the run. And also, they held the ball for 3/4 of the game because A&M couldn't consistently stop them on defense.
Well, you said the word there, consistency. Inconsistency is one of the most frustrating aspects of athletics. I mean, even with my own quarterback play, it's like, you make a big play, one play, and then you struggle to even get the ball in the right position. And you guys coach for a long time. You'd almost rather have a player who is just consistently bad, because at least then you can move on from him, than someone who makes this unbelievable play at one time and then lets you down with a boneheaded play. So that's my question on Haynes King. I mean, what if he gets another shot here, even in this game against Miami, goes in there and throws for 400 yards and adds another 75 yards on the ground? Now Jimbo Fisher's scratching his head because he's like, well, you finally showed the public what I've been seeing in practice. This is why I've started you. But I know next game you'll throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, well, again, like you said, we'll go back to consistency. That's why it's tough to play a true freshman, because they're inconsistent, because they're not used to it. Haynes King has enough experience. He's been around that system long enough, Jimbo long enough, to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's me. I don't think it's not like the experience thing. We got to throw that out the window. You play a couple games as a starting quarterback, you've got some experience. All right, you're not getting shocked by anything. But again, I think they need something to change. What does the Booster Club say?
All right, we got a $4.99 donation from Brad David. He says,
Brad,
do y'all think LSU will be able to keep up with Mississippi State?
I'm telling you right now, I'm not betting on this game. I'm not touching this game. I will say, after this weekend, if Mississippi State wins this game, I'm going to apologize to the whole Mississippi State fan base on Monday.
Coach Leach,
I'll apologize to the whole Mississippi State fan base. Because again, like I said, out of all the predictions I've had, and a lot of them are looking good, this one, the Mississippi State one, is the one I feel like I have undervalued them a lot. Now we'll see. Like I said, that was a huge win over Arizona. That wasn't your grandpa's Arizona team. It wasn't Kevin Sumlin's Arizona team they went out there and put it to. That same Arizona team went to Snapdragon Stadium, which, sounds like a place where one of the scenes from Pitch Perfect was, but then they beat San Diego State out there, so they're turning that around. Will Rogers, we said he was the second most NFL-ready quarterback in the SEC, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. and you can say it's jumping the gun or this is, whatever. But after watching him again this year, after talking to Jim Nagy from the Senior Bowl, I think the best quarterback Mississippi State's had and the one that'll have the most success in the NFL is at Mississippi State right now.
Yep, I think so too. Will Rogers, and Mississippi State's -2.5 right now.
Yeah, we'll see. Jaden Daniels and LSU. I mean, you got a chance to turn it around after the loss to Florida State. By the way, that Florida State-Louisville game, I'm very, very intrigued to watch that Friday night. It's a good Friday matchup. Thanks for the donation, Brad.
It'll depend on Will gets drafted. I promise you that. All right, hashtag question for Crane & Company from Jimbo Eagle. Talking about Jimbos early this morning. One game you guys might not want to overlook is Syracuse versus Purdue at the Dome. If the Orange take out the Boilermakers, would this put my guys from the CUSC, the Cuse, baby, in the top 25?
I think you have to.
Yep, have to.
I tell you what, the way they win this game, it's very, very early. It's very, very early, but we may need to start talking about Dino Babers having a chance to win Coach of the Year. A guy that was on the hot seat, right, before the season, had been struggling. I know you have Sean Tucker there, who's a great player, but it takes more than that. I think the way they've rallied the troops, and watching Syracuse, they've played, they look very clean. They look like everybody's moving in one direction. They expect to win. And man, growing up, I remember Syracuse being good. Like Dwight Freeney coming off the edge. I remember watching Auburn and Jason Campbell go up there and get their ass kicked in the Carrier Dome by Syracuse and them. I love the orange. I love the uniforms. Good Syracuse is fun to watch. This is a really, really good matchup. I think the over-under was at 58.5. I don't really see either one of these defenses being able to slow anybody down. I would rather probably play the total than I would the pick 'em in this game, even though I am slightly leaning Purdue, even though, God, they let me down so badly against Penn State.
It's a pick 'em right now. Over-under is 58.5. What a big win this would be for Syracuse. And on the flip side of that, Purdue, you need to go in there and win this football game before you start this Big Ten West schedule, because that loss to Penn State hurt a lot of people.
You're already behind the 8 ball. You're 0-1,
and
but
they
you're
had that game wrapped up.
Yeah.
They had that game. They were running, they couldn't run a 4-minute drill at the end. They couldn't run the clock out. So.
Yeah, but and again, look, I'm all for, playing some umbrella stuff, giving up the underneath, but it was just like Purdue was just like blah. Like that last drive, it's like they weren't even competitive. It surprised me.
Well, you threw it 9 times in a row with like 3 minutes left to go in the game.
Yeah.
You deserve to lose. All right, familiar face, Reed Rickett. Has anyone seen the A&M yelling practice video when they hate on App State before the game?
Yeah, look, I don't like making fun of people's traditions. You do what you want to do, but
Have you seen it?
There are some videos where like I'm just and again, I'm not there. I don't really understand it, but it's like, maybe we can like modernize it a little bit. Maybe there's something that we can change, because I get some real like M. Night Shyamalan Wicker Man vibes.
It's the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
What'd they say?
Well, the guy, they do the thing where you give them the mic and they walk around and try to make fun of the other team.
Yeah.
Try to make fun of App State. The worst thing I've seen in my life.
It's like bad stand-up comedy.
Maybe he should spend 6 months in jail.
Is he like Joaquin Phoenix and when he tries to be a comedian?
Yeah, it's worse. Like, it's worse. I want you to think like the worst possible stand-up ever. And it was that.
So Amy Schumer?
What made it worse was he was wearing overalls.
Worse than Amy Schumer?
Yeah, I didn't think that was possible.
I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, me neither. All right, Nick Teller, hashtag Ask Crane & Company. Will Stetson Bennett get drafted? And if so, what round?
He will not get drafted.
Free agent situation.
Yeah, I think Stetson Bennett, number one, I think he low-key may win the Heisman.
Yeah.
Like he really started off at 6,000 odds. Look, Stetson Bennett against all odds. I think what'll happen with Stetson Bennett is whatever happens goes down this year, he's already a hero. I think he may do one of two things. Get into coaching, because I don't think he's going to play in the NFL. He may go play in the CFL, give it a shot, something like that. Go either coach or just start some business in Georgia. It doesn't matter what business, because it's going to be great. Sell cars. That's exactly right.
In Athens, whatever you want.
That's exactly right. Come out here and get a Stetson Bennett Hummer. We'll win you a national championship, because Stafford couldn't.
The Stetson Bennett deal, we're never out of pocket.
Yeah.
Let's go with
Reed, by the way.
Let's go with Gars.
Tell Millie I said hey.
What's up, Gars? He says, even with the start for A&M, are they still better than every team in the Pac-12, or do you think USC would beat them?
I think
Utah would beat them.
I think Utah would beat them. I mean, with Haynes
right
King
now, I think
quarterback.
let's see what you would do with Oregon.
Have y'all seen Haynes King?
Listen,
have y'all seen Haynes King throwing motion?
What about Washington?
Washington. I'm telling you, Washington's about to beat Michigan State this week. Hey, so it is very interesting to me. I think people are kind of getting off Oregon way too quickly. I was asked, does it say more about Georgia or more about Oregon that the absolute
Both.
deconstruction? The answer is always somewhere in the middle, but I don't think Oregon is as bad as what everybody thinks compared to everybody else in the Pac-12. Now, we're going to see against BYU. We got to see if Romney's coming back. And I'm not talking about to do some speech about healthcare. I think he's a receiver that plays for BYU. And then Pika Nakua, a guy we've talked about a lot. By the way, shout out BYU football for retweeting our college football top 10 power rankings. Go check that out.
Next week will be number 1.
Here on YouTube. Yeah.
You retweet it, you're automatic.
Yeah, you're number 1. That shoots you to the top of the list.
Automatic.
But make sure you like and subscribe to this video as well. All right, Blaine, one more of the Booster Club, and we're going to get into 5 humongously big questions.
All right, Texas Ed says college football is one of constant turnover. Okay, Haynes King needs to fight through the adversity of knowing he isn't the guy right now.
He does need to fight through the adversity, and college football is not just a game of turnover. Haynes King is a walking turnover right now. So I don't want people to think I'm saying Haynes King will never be a good quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a time and the place. He's just not the guy right now. Now, some people argue, he's got a decent amount of experience. Will he ever be the guy? I just don't trust people that go in there and panic. And I see the panic in his eyes. I just think he needs time. Sometimes you need more time, right? You get done with college, you don't instantly get the best job. Sometimes you got to go back and live with mom and dad for a couple months and get it back together, sleeping in the old room. Family dog's there. Let's sit down and talk about the future.
Haynes King will never be the guy at A&M.
You don't think he'll ever
I'll
be
say
the
it to
guy?
your face right now. He'll never be the guy at A&M. You need to start Max Johnson. What year's Max?
A junior.
Probably stay another year, and we'll see Haynes King probably playing, for
App State?
App State, maybe South Alabama.
Yeah. Are you all right over there?
Like that. I'm trying to fix my mic. But, something like that. Haynes King's just not the guy. I don't have to sit here and just
if you
lie to
you
your
know.
face and be like, I need to turn on the TV and watch the game. Y'all just lost to App State. We're talking about Haynes King being the guy. You're A&M. You ranked 5th.
But it's not just about App State. It's what we saw last year where he struggled to throw it. I know he got hurt against Colorado, but against Sam Houston State, I know he put up some decent yards. But if you go back and actually watch that game, he's missing wide open guys. Wide open guys.
Not the guy.
Now he hit some of them, but it's not just that. He puts the ball on the ground more than a lot of quarterbacks that I've seen. He got some Jeremy Johnson in him. I hate to say it.
I don't know if it's the running aspect for Jimbo is what he likes.
It is the running. It's got to be the running aspect.
He has a live arm, too. You can see, the physical attributes. That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
In practice, you can see how someone would be wowed by him.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's putting the ball in tight windows. He's throwing the ball a long way. But in the game, that turns into sometimes that gunslinger mentality just doesn't pay off.
That's exactly right. All right, let's get into 5 big questions, Cody. We're going to
let's go to the New Orleans Saints. Michael Thomas with a big comeback, opening game there, 2 touchdown passes. Can the Saints legitimately win the NFC South?
I think they got a shot. The Bucs. A lot of it is going to come. The Bucs' offensive line is just a walking wounded right now. I mean, they lose one of their best players early in the game the other day. Lucky for them, the Cowboys are still a trash organization. I do think Jameis is weird enough to win it. Just because, again, Jameis is he's that goofy athletic that's hard to tackle. It's like the running backs that run funny. They're harder to tackle. You can be athletic, fast, big, and strong and run funny. So with Jameis, to me, it's like the place, he's going down and he spits it out to the running back. But he does make throws, man. The 2 touchdown passes he threw to Michael Thomas in the red zone, especially the first one, where he threw an absolute laser to the behind the DB. It wasn't even a back shoulder. He just put a dot over the DB's head. Wasn't a true fade. He just threw the RPG at him. Then the second one, he hit Michael Thomas as he was coming down. That was a back shoulder, almost like a back hip falling down. But Michael Thomas, his chemistry with Jameis is very, very important. I love the way they used Taysom Hill, especially early in the game, throwing the ball early. That was smart. And I like Dennis Allen, and I think it shows you the type team that the Saints were. Game 1, you're going on the road to play the Falcons, a game we know that means a lot to Falcons and Saints fans. I thought the Falcons played about as well as they could up until the end, and we all know, they blow more leads than Jordan Spieth at the end of a golf tournament. But I do think the Saints have the pieces. The question to me is, as a whole team, with Honey Badger and them back there defensively, if you're going to give up 26 to the Falcons, how much is Tom going to lay on you? That's the question.
How are they going to continue to use Taysom Hill through the rest of the season?
They're just going to put him in there and run it, and it's not given to Alvin Kamara. Someone who I drafted really early, so that's really cool to see. Guys, I mean, if you're a defense, Taysom Hill comes in the game, I'm pretty sure what's going on. He's going to run it.
Well, that's what they thought. He came in and threw the first one, hit a big
then
play.
he ran the next one for 70 yards. So, I mean, I don't know if you can really base a lot of things off the Falcons. The Saints has a good team. Jameis Winston, especially when he came back to the Saints, I mean, his touchdown to turnover ratio has been really good ever since he got LASIK. He can see now. Jameis played his whole career. He won a national championship being blind. Not good. You have to be to do that. But I go back to what's the most worrisome thing about it to me was the biggest thing I trusted in the Saints team was their defense.
Yeah.
Defensive line good, backers good, secondary good. You know, they were extremely solid. But if you're giving up the plays like you're giving up to Atlanta, you know, then the big boys coming in makes a difference. They've played really good against Tom Brady in New Orleans. They've kind of owned Brady a little bit in New Orleans. So we'll see. James is playing well. The offense is still figuring out. I don't think you can do too much with Taysom Hill, but I need this defense to start playing a lot better if you're going to win this division.
Well, I think the Falcons at least showed they're not going to be a pushover in the division.
No,
which should make things even more.
You think it hit the third quarter and they're like tank?
No, I already told you. It's the greatest tank job I've ever seen. Nobody is questioning whether the Falcons tank. Do you think like the fourth quarter, like, all right, guys, listen, we're up 16. We really need to screw this up. Like, get Marcus over there. Let's have him scramble and just fumble.
No, they actually started calling passing plays. That's how you screw it up. Marcus was like, hey, Marcus, throw a post.
Yeah, Marcus, pass it.
But coach, I don't know.
All right, on to the Jets here. Jets coach Robert Saleh says he's keeping receipts on any of the Jets' doubters. What's the best the Jets can do this season?
It's not good. You need Zach Wilson back in there. Joe Flacco.
Joey Flax.
Joey Flax. You know, shout out
MVP.
Delaware. Again, the personnel. I love Elijah Moore, former Ole Miss wide receiver they got up there. He's on my bench. I thought about playing him this week. I told Adam Thielen, just go ahead and bring me your playbook after what you showed me week one. Now, maybe half of that's because the Packers decided not to cover Justin Jefferson, which is one of the top 3 worst decisions ever made in America. I just don't think they're that good. Like, again, where do you look at the Jets and you're like, those guys, once they get everybody else going, this group right here, they've got a chance. I'm not big on Saleh. You know, and it's hard for me to feel bad for the Jets after you guys smoked Jalen Hurts out of bounds in the preseason. Like, it's really hard for me to kind of feel bad for you. But if you're a Jets fan right now, it's hell. You want to know why? Because the Giants somehow won that game against the Titans. So there's a little bit of, I can't believe I'm going to say this, a little bit of momentum with the New York Giants, Daniel Jones. But look, you can keep all the receipts you want, but I don't think you guys are doing anything. Get Zach Wilson back in there. He's not afraid to ride with the fear. Yeah. The Cougar Hunter himself, but that's the only chance you got because Joe Flacco, that ain't it, bud.
I mean, the Jets, you're just young. You're really young. I mean, let's go through. You got Sauce Gardner, young, who's playing phenomenal.
He's a great player
over there. I mean, you got Garrett Wilson from Ohio State, young. Breece Hall, Iowa State, young. Jermaine Johnson from Florida State. I felt like the Jets drafted well, but it's going to be a couple of years to really figure it out. And I love Joe Flacco, and, you know, Joe Flacco back in the day was phenomenal.
The Ravens.
You know, with the Ravens, we loved, the guy can throw a phenomenal deep ball, but you're going to need your young buck in there to really figure it out. I mean, Joey F's not going to come in there and win you 10 games.
Yeah.
Not right now. He's not. So I would say I understand keep the receipts. That's going to be a lot of receipts.
A lot of receipts.
Because it's basically the entire world.
Yeah,
like saying that. But maybe in a couple of years, you can win 7-8 games.
Yeah. Better keep them for those taxes.
Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge with numbers 56 and 57 in the same game. He's getting closer. 20 games left. 20 games left to beat Roger Maris.
Yeah.
Is he going to hit 90?
He might. 20 games left? Let's see. What is that? Yeah. 4 games? Let's go ahead and run the clip. Reptar at the plate here against the Red Sox in a big game last night as we get down to the stretch here in Major League Baseball. Let's go ahead and run the clip.
Let him off the island. Anything but a slider.
Let's see it. Oh, let me hang a slider. Because guess what happens when you hang a slider? He hits it literally into downtown Boston. I mean, again, right? That's on a plate.
I mean, I could hit that out.
That's on a plate. No, you couldn't. That's on a plate.
I mean, I'm guessing.
You're not going the opposite way with that.
If I'm guessing slider.
I thought pitchers were better now than they've ever been.
Blaine.
No,
they are.
No,
I'm just a super athletic.
You're swinging and missing it.
I'm super athletic.
You're swinging and missing.
Let's see. The second one, that ball is hit until tomorrow.
An 87 miles per hour fastball right down the middle.
Like Chris Pratt's coming out of a portal to tell us about the white spikes where that ball's hit.
Keep throwing to him.
He's going to do it.
Yeah.
I still, Blaine, was it Monday where you said that, what about Albert Pujols? That if you were the pitcher there for the last game and Pujols had 699 home runs,
you're getting walked.
His last at bat, you're getting walked. What did you say?
There you go. Take first. Nice career.
Nice career.
Albert, great job, man. Nice career. You're walked. Go to first.
Even if people said you're a coward for your whole life?
What happens when the stadium just rains boos on you?
The only thing I know is, like, I don't have to, from like 10 years later, 15 years later, I don't have to turn on ESPN when they're talking about Albert Pujols and they pull up his last home run, and it's me on the mound. That's forever.
Part of
want
me
the
wants
smoke.
that. Part of me
That's
wants
for-
to
You don't
like,
want the smoke.
Part of me
What do you
wants
mean
to
I
get
don't
mad
want
at
the
you.
smoke?
Wouldn't you just pitch around him so much that you just walk him on 4 straight
I'd
and at
hit
least
him.
you pitch to him?
I wouldn't hit him. I wouldn't
wouldn't
even
hit
pitch to him. I would just tell the umpire to
I'd
walk
hit him and then get upset. Like I'd look at my hand.
Yeah.
Like, man, it slipped.
He just
It ain't
walk
that
up
can
and
of
like,
corn.
nope, nope.
Yeah, this way
Nope.
right there.
What about if you looked to the bullpen and you pulled your
No,
shit out?
hey, you know what Blaine would do? You know what Blaine would do? You know what Blaine would do? Blaine would let him. They'd be like, all right, it's Albert Pujols, and everybody in the stands would go
Yeah.
nuts. They'd let the music be blaring, and he'd get in there and like get ready, and then Blaine would just be on the mound, and he'd be like, we want intentional walk him.
Yeah.
Just let everybody get excited, and then intentionally walk him.
Yeah,
You're
literally.
a different kind of evil.
No,
What if you did this? What if you're like, I don't want to pitch anymore. I want someone else.
Bring him in.
Yes.
Bring him in.
Edwin Diaz, come save us.
I would just be out here. Come on,
there it
Edwin.
is right there.
Come on,
That's the move.
Yeah.
That's the move.
Go get a beer, dog.
Disco. All right, what else
Shout out
we
to
got?
Rhino for putting that on the
Yeah,
soundboard.
shout out to the Rhinoceros.
All right,
Little
Phoenix
housewarming party this
owner's
weekend?
son,
Uh-oh.
Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver suspended 1 year and fined $10 million for instances of inequitable conduct towards female employees, including sex-related comments and inappropriate racial comments.
Hey, you ran the whole gauntlet, didn't you, dog?
Wow.
I mean, what's next? What do you got next on this? Slap a bunch of kids and
is
old
there
people?
kids in your basement?
Yeah, what's going on? 10 million?
10 mil?
10 million, the maximum.
did you say?
The maximum the NBA allows. It sounds like he said the N-word 4 times,
What?
quoting
Should be
other
fired.
people, but like quoting what other
I don't
people were saying. or
no.
something.
Wait a minute.
then-
Oh boy from Oklahoma got fired for reading a rap lyric.
Yeah.
Yet you own the team.
Called female employees the B word. It sounds like just
Man.
lot of toxicity over there.
Sounds like guys
But
never
then the
been-
thing
sound
went on to
drunk.
say the release noted that the investigation made no finding that Mr. Sarver's workplace misconduct was motivated by racial or gender-based animus.
Okay, good.
So
then
how
you're
do-
just
wait, how do
totally
y'all
off the
square
hook.
those two things?
Yeah, good Lord. Goodness gracious.
Okay,
There's just a set of
Like,
rules
they're
for
like,
different.
You did all of this, all right, and you're suspended for 1 year. We're gonna fine you $10 million. All this was bad, but there was no ill intent.
Yeah, you didn't really mean it. You didn't really think that. You just said it.
Hey,
a lot.
get off the Suns' lawn.
Yeah. Well, again, if you have enough money, you can get away with stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean,
But if you're at a BYU Duke volleyball game and somebody pretends something happened, then nope, you got to ban
I'm
the
gonna
fan.
get to that in a bit.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
exactly
get to
right.
that.
That's
but
exactly
yeah, no, I mean, look, hey, we all know that guy. We all know that guy who owns the company.
Oh,
He
exactly,
can do what he
yes.
wants, say whatever
Can't
he
be
wants.
touched.
Nah,
Can't be touched.
good for the NBA.
Yeah.
Good. Hell yeah. Should find
10 million.
Hey, man.
Why don't you win in the playoffs, you bum?
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking back to when they banned Chris Paul from going to the Lakers. Like, that's really what kept him from getting his championship. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I don't know. I mean, come on, man.
Didn't David
you've been
Stern
in the
step
league.
in?
Yeah.
You've been in the league since Wilt played, man. You gonna win one or what?
Yeah,
like I
that's
see on all
true.
these at least Mahomes, all these guys on the State Farm commercials, Aaron Rodgers, they all got a championship.
That is true. That's a good
I mean, you
point.
got the same amount as Trey Young.
Ugh.
I mean, the same commercial. You got the same
That
amount.
hurts.
You got
That
the same
hurts.
amount as the guy that replaced the white dude with the khakis.
Jake?
Jake.
You know,
Jake from
you know
State
what his
Farm?
real name is?
Tom.
Kevin.
His real name's Kevin.
Kevin.
Of course. it's
Really?
Kevin.
Yeah, his real name.
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, dude. I didn't wear khaki shorts for.
How about
like-
this? They didn't even change the new guy's
Dude,
name.
I didn't.
The
Even, I
new
know.
guy's
new
They
guy?
just replaced
right?
him.
Oh.
You don't remember the guy from the first
Wearing
commercial?
khaki.
It's like you're
Yeah.
Jake too.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense now, huh?
yeah.
All right.
All right, last one.
Last one.
This one's near and dear to y'all's hearts.
Okay.
I need to get your feedback here. Auburn.
Oh, great.
Thinking about
Boss.
wearing orange jerseys against
Don't.
Penn State.
Don't.
Talk to me.
Can we just play good? Like we just, I
I'm
don't
worried
care.
about jerseys.
You were worried about jerseys, like we're out there fighting for our life against San Jose State. How about this? How about the quarterbacks play
I
good?
thought if you look good, you play good.
yeah,
That's
not
Yeah.
with what Auburn's got right now. Like, I'm legitimately not even trying to be funny. Like, who cares about the jerseys or what coaches? Go out there and play good. You're gonna have to. Who's getting open against that secondary? Who's open?
Yeah, whoever's number.
Not only who's open, who's throwing it to them. So, to me, don't need to worry about, what type of shoelaces you got, how good you look for Instagram. How about you just go play good? Just play good.
I mean,
That's what I say about it.
if it was up to me, we'd play in the all whites every weekend.
Well, I mean,
I want the
again,
stormtroopers every week.
I could.
The stormtroopers are gas.
Here's the question, guys. Make this really easy. what jerseys do we play the best in? Those are the ones that we're going to be wearing. But wait a minute, it's not about the jerseys. You know what? You go play good, I'll get your brand new jerseys. Hell, we'll turn this place into Jersey Mike's if it comes down to
Let's
it.
do that.
That's overrated, but
Big
you know,
Jersey Mike.
Firehouse is the
don't.
best.
Firehouse.
Firehouse is
Firehouse.
It is not the
And
best.
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
I'm not doing
okay.
this. We're not
you
doing
know, we're
this.
not walking. You remember we used to do the top 5 list? What happened to that?
You know what? Actually, I have an update.
We have
I an
literally a
update.
top
'Cause
five
we did
list today.
burgers.
Like, so we
we
did
did burgers a good
sandwiches,
bit, and I was
burgers.
I was talking up Five Guys. I really love Five Guys.
Five Guys
I would
is
say
mid.
this, man. I think Five Guys hot dog might be better than their burgers.
What did you just say?
Seriously.
What's
Like,
Five
split
Guys
it
have
open,
hot
they put it
dogs?
in the bun, and it's steamed.
Nice.
Look, guys, I'm telling you, maybe
Steamed
after,
dogs are the best.
Maybe after the show, we should get a Five
There's a
Guys
Five
hot
Guys
dog.
right next,
Just so
to the,
that,
right next to the crib.
I didn't even know Five Guys had hot dogs.
Jake, I'm telling you, listen,
Legit?
Jake from State Farm, look,
No, I
you're
hate
gonna
when you tell me
want
that. Oh.
you're gonna want a Five Guys hot dog.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
on it? What do you get on it?
Just don't
You-
stare at me. Just
we
don't.
talking
Ketchup.
onions,
Ketchup.
peppers.
No, it's not a chili dog. You know,
Well, just don't
Then what
look in my
chili
eyes.
on
there's,
it?
while I
there's
I didn't
either
say chili.
hot dog with ketchup on it, or a chili dog. That's the only two things I eat. There's no putting other stuff on it. There's no like relish and all. No,
You don't like
No,
relish?
keep it simple, stupid. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Economy, stupid.
My other question was: has Auburn actually ever worn orange jerseys,
Yes.
or is this a new
Yes.
thing?
Yes, I think it
this a
was
new
when
thing?
Gabe Gross was the quarterback at Auburn, and we like lost to like UCF or something like that.
I
Gabe
don't-
Gross
I don't-
played quarterback at Auburn?
Yes,
The baseball
God,
player?
How young are you? Yes, like 98.
I remember
something like
seeing
that.
Gabe Gross.
It wasn't good.
When Dallas was in the home run tournament, they were like, I don't know, maybe
Was
like
Kublick on that
10
team?
years ago. Kube's
I think Kublick was on that team.
Gabe Gross was
gotta
dropping tanks.
We got to ask. Yeah, he played Major League Baseball. He's pretty good. We got to ask Kublick next time we get on there. I think he was on that team.
I don't know.
But hey, let's go to the Booster Club real quick.
Oh yeah, here they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
Yeah, they look kind of sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Just play good. How
David
about
actually
that?
likes something that's somewhat new and
Yeah, I know. I'm weird. I'm weirded out by this.
Look, I just call balls and strikes.
Yeah. I think Dave actually hates them, and he
Just a bit outside.
yeah.
all right. So I'm trying to read these, David. All right, let's go. Travis Elrod says Texas Ed is right. Whataburger is better than all. I love Whataburger. It's just expensive.
It is. It is. The hidden menu's pretty decent too.
Okay, let's go to Emmanuel C. Honestly, wearing cool jerseys give every play one more extra yard. Might add a little distance on that quarterback.
I don't know. Why has Oregon not won a national championship then? If that was the
That's
case, then
valid.
Oregon had
See, I don't even like their
8,000
jerseys,
yards a
though.
game.
They try too hard with their.
They do. I mean, you
try
guys
too
look
hard.
like the drawer inside my fiance's office with all the highlighters.
That's it. Yeah, they look like the fiance drawer.
That's exactly.
I've always tried to think about what Oregon's jerseys look like. Y'all look like the inside of the fiance drawer.
That's exactly right.
You know?
Are
Dude,
you-
I don't
wait a
like
minute.
them.
Is that sarcastic?
No, I don't like them. They try too hard.
Man,
It
I'm
looks
so-
like the inside of the drawer.
That's you. That's
Come
you right there. That's
There.
the real deal. That's a curmudgeon.
yeah.
Yeah, Lee, love it. All right, TL Rod again. Do we need to investigate the amount of inappropriate things Jake, Cone, and Blaine have said to each other? Do we need to investigate that?
Investigate what? What do you mean by inappropriate? It's the trust tree here. What's
Look, yeah,
inappropriate?
yeah. Anything
Everybody's
we say to
in the
each other,
trust
y'all
tree.
hear every
You're
day.
driving in the car right now, you're in the trust tree.
Yeah.
You're at home right now making scrambled eggs in the trust tree. If it's 2 o'clock in Japan and you're, I don't doing whatever they do over there, you're in the trust tree. It's a big trust tree, all right?
Look, this show's live. If we say it, y'all hear it.
Yeah,
There's no like,
this is
cutting
us.
stuff out later.
Y'all know the real us. It's the real me, man.
All right, Tenant Bob, so hashtag Ask Cranicum. All Arkansas fall sports are ranked in the top 25. What is Hunter Yurachek cooking?
Something good, and I can smell it all the way from here. And it's not just in the fall. Eric Musselman and the basketball team, look what they've done. In the spring with baseball as well. Arkansas is obviously a contender there every year. Arkansas is one of the top athletic programs in the country right now. The consistency, I mean, you look at, track, cross country and that stuff as well, gymnastics, women's basketball, softball, they've really turned that around. Arkansas wasn't very good in softball. They hired her name escapes me right now, but they've really kind of flipped the page there. Arkansas, yeah, Hunter is one of the best doing it.
All right, Jimbo
Whooping
Eagles.
Suey.
Jimbo Eagle says, yo, Michael Knowles is trolling the hell out of Crane and Company on YouTube right now regarding fantasy football. Michael, I don't want to hear it.
You win one game.
On YouTube, he is?
You win one game.
Mike, look,
That's how you don't
beat
know.
me by 4. All right, I had Keenan Allen get hurt in the first quarter, and let's be honest, that's the only reason you won. So that's fine. I'll see you later. You think I'm worried about scoring 150-plus points and losing? I'm not. Look at my face.
Yeah, he's
good.
not. Look, no, see, that's what I think they think is like, man, I won the first week.
No,
like we're the best.
I think
now.
they thought that was the competition.
Yeah, like
you
just
draft
one
the
week.
players, then you win the game.
No.
It's a bunch of them, though.
It's a bunch. Check in. Talk about keeping receipts. I'll Robert Saleh this thing. I'll New York Jets. I'll keep some receipts. Knowles, I'm keeping receipts. Like a good CPA.
All right, lifetime looking up. What's the home run record in one season?
Well, it depends on what you believe.
Yeah.
I mean, do you believe it's Barry Bonds, who we all know took steroids? His head literally got bigger. Mark McGwire, obviously, that whole chase. But, if you're going to look at the steroid era, it's obviously Barry. To me, it's Roger Maris because he didn't take steroids. You know what he took? Beer.
I heard he took steroids.
That's what he took. Beer and hot dogs and penicillin. That's what Roger Maris took. He hit 61. I think Judge is going to beat it. So if Judge hits more than 61, he's the home run leader to me.
So Bonds obviously hit 73, and then we had McGwire hit the 70 when Sosa hit the 66. But then Mark McGwire also had a season in 99 where he hit 65, and Sosa had another season where he hit 64. So how you feel about that?
Well, you took steroids.
So
Roger Maris, to me, was
just wipe all those. So then Maris is at 61, obviously. Ruth at 60. Even Giancarlo Stanton hit 59. They had two guys on there who hit that many.
Yeah, they're both just absolute monsters. But no, it's again, to me, it's Roger Maris because you didn't take steroids. Congratulations, you win the prize. But
are we 100% on that?
That Roger Maris didn't take steroids?
Are we 100% on that?
Yeah, they weren't really shooting up with steroids back then. They were just hoping there wasn't another world war on the horizon.
Could be doing something. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
act like you're not 100%.
Again, Mickey Mantle didn't get there, but Roger Maris did. But everybody wanted Mickey. Remember, everybody wanted Mickey Mantle to be the one who broke the single-season home run record. So to me, the all-time home run leader is Hank Aaron. The regular season home run leader is Roger Maris, in my opinion.
All right, let's go to Cone's High Water Pants.
There he is.
Says Jimmy John's is awful.
Whoa.
Firehouse is definitely the best.
Look, the hook and ladder from
That's
Firehouse, it's the move.
You like the hook and ladder?
The hook, yes.
And the gyro and the brisket.
Yeah, hook and ladder is really good. Lifetime Looking Up says Firehouse isn't that good.
Wow.
Then I'm looking down.
Let's go to Bubby, hashtag Ask Crane & Co. He says the Heisman is a joke.
Yes.
Only offensive players win it, no viability in it. Do you think splitting the award into 2 offensive Heisman and defensive Heisman would make it more viable?
Well, I have said maybe we should just make the Heisman an offensive award. Maybe you should just make the Heisman on offense and, I don't know, come up with a name for the defensive Heisman. Let's get defensive. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's sad we have to do this. Here's what we need to do. You want to know what we really should do? The people that should vote on the Heisman winner, you know who they should be? People that have won the Heisman. Don't let Mad Dog vote on the Heisman, who already said that he would never vote for a defensive player. We need to stop letting people vote on the Heisman that didn't win the Heisman. Let the Heisman winners vote on it. I feel like they would be the most objective. I really believe that. Let them do it. I'm starting to believe maybe we shouldn't let sports media people vote on just about anything after looking at some of this.
Well, I know 3 guys that deserve a vote.
3 guys?
Well, outside of us.
Yeah, look.
Outside of us,
this might be a
course.
good time to bring up something that I was going to save it for parting thoughts one day.
You all right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, let's go.
No. I think because I was thinking I was listening to football the other day and I heard
You were listening to football.
They were talking about I was running around getting the ribs ready on the grill.
God,
they said
when
something
was
about
this?
so and so was the day I invited you over.
Oh, sorry, my car was stolen, so I couldn't really come over.
Okay, and see, I can't be smart back to him.
See,
on
that's a good one.
Now
That
it's
really
happened. They said so and so was a Heisman Trophy candidate, but it was someone who didn't win the Heisman or didn't go to New York or anything like that. And I got to thinking, man, I was a Heisman Trophy candidate.
You were.
I played college football. Same
were,
with you.
yeah.
So what I want to do is I need to get with producer Justine, and I need my lower third from now on to say David Cohn Heisman Trophy candidate.
You were.
These are facts, right?
Yeah, there's a huge difference between
These are facts.
Heisman
I want
Trophy
one of those
candidate.
too.
Heisman Trophy candidate. So from now on, Twitter bio, everything like that. Look, it's David Cohn Heisman Trophy candidate. Because
Have you
that's a
changed
factual
it
statement.
already?
I'm doing it.
It needs to be changed. Well, I believe Cone's High Water Pants, Cone's Laser Rocket Arm, all 9 handles that people have made about you. In the bio, it should say Heisman Trophy candidate.
got to thinking about that,
At Michigan, you can win it at Michigan. I mean, you've seen guys win it at Michigan?
My mom thought I was a candidate, right?
For
That's all
sure.
you have to do, I think, to be a candidate is to play college football. right.
Well, again, I don't think you're wrong.
Listen, we're solving the big issues here.
We are. This is why, again, the show's going so good. Because we talk about the things that matter to the people. That's very true. That's
People
a great
spoken.
point. That's a great point.
Okay, I'm going to go through a couple things here. Let's go to Jimbo Eagle says, who should I start at running back 2 this week in fantasy? David Montgomery or Homer Simpson. I go Homer Simpson. His yak's really good this year. Emmanuel C says, Oregon's uniforms are tacky at this point. Like, dude, just pick one already. USC and UCLA have the best-looking jerseys in their home game jerseys. Wearing at the end of this season is a great matchup.
Who said that?
That would be Emmanuel C.
Emmanuel C gets it.
He gets it. I love USC and UCLA's jerseys.
I do too.
I think they're like almost polar opposites of each other, color scheme wise. I mean, there's some great jersey combinations. I love TCU's, to be honest with you. And honestly, West Virginia's white jerseys.
Yeah, I like that. I've never been big on TCU's.
Dope.
Really,
pretty dope. I like Utah's jerseys too. If we're going to talk about the Pac-12. To be honest with you. But I do, Blaine, you said you had a couple things to go through, or is that it?
Yeah, so I was going to go to Bomb Tenant Bob next. Hashtag Ask Crane and Coach says, Hog fan here, watching from Ann Arbor.
Ooh.
Hey.
He says, Coney, what are some spots he needs to hit up?
Okay, first of all, you need to go hit Maize and Blue Deli.
There
All
we
right,
go.
Maize and Blue Deli out there. Tell them I sent you. All right, there's a wall on the side over there with all the former players that have signed that wall. You can find me. I tried to sign mine as close as I possibly could to Tom Brady, just to get a little, recognition.
Well,
you're gonna want to hit the Pizza House. You're definitely gonna want to go there. Mr. Spot's probably going to need to hit
Mr. Spot's?
Big Ten Burrito. There's a couple that you just have to go to.
Okay.
Anyway, Cottage Inn. Make sure you go to Cottage Inn.
Okay.
Is that a breakfast place?
And make sure you report back, too. Report
For
back
sure. I
on
want
all this.
updates.
Yeah, I want to know how it's going.
And boys, when we go next year, because we're going to have to go to the game.
We're going to have to go.
Next year, Ohio comes to Michigan in Ann Arbor. I say we go, we hit all those spots I just say, and we report back.
I want the tour. I want the David Cohn tour. I want to be able to imagine. I want to put on Cerebro and be able to imagine like what you were seeing, where you were going, how it was going. Playing quarterback in Michigan sounds like pretty.
You got to be a State Street quarterback before you can be a Main Street quarterback.
I love that. Is that Scott Leffler?
5 times.
Is that like one of those things?
It's probably written.
Is it in your book?
Is that like on your walls, like live, laugh, love?
You have to be a State Street quarterback before you can be a Main Street quarterback.
Yeah.
I love that. But you know what? Speaking about Main Street, well, I really don't know if that has anything to do with this. Let's go over our AFC, NFC power rankings, Cone. All right. No graphics today. We're going to get this posted on social media, but let's start with the NFC.
NFC.
Give me this, and again, this is collective, all right? This is one of the times where we got together, got in the lab, put liquid paper on a bee. Unfortunately, it died. But at number 1 in the NFC, we got the Bucs. You got to go Bucs with Tom Brady. What they have out wide, Mike Evans, Godwin out there painting pretty pictures. Hopefully,
Is Kyle Rudolph on the Bucs?
Kyle Rudolph?
Yeah.
The red-nosed touchdown catcher? Yes.
Scott Frost's brother, Kyle Rudolph? They look just alike. It's weird.
All right, so we got the Bucs number 1. We've got the Vikings number 2. Looked good against the Packers. I know the Packers don't have a ton of weapons, but Kirk Cousins
Should be number
not
1.
mid. Kirk Cousins not
Should be
mid. Let me
number
say
1.
it again.
The fact that you're number 2 is mid.
Oh, really?
You're so good. You're so good everywhere on that team. You're so good. Like Kendricks at linebacker, I rewatched the game. He is so good.
Vikings Chargers Super Bowl?
I could see it.
I got the Chargers winning it, so I got to.
I'm going to take the Chargers on the upset Thursday.
You're taking the Chargers.
Plus 140 or something like that?
It's at Kansas City, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whew, man, I may just take the over. I wonder what the over/under is going to be at. We'll see, though. Remember the advice we got. Remember the advice we got there from Danny Sheridan. When you have 2 explosive offenses, take the under.
Yeah.
2 really good defenses.
I feel like the
take
next
the
week
over.
there's like 2 explosive offensive.
All right.
Well,
I
2
took the
out of like a
over and
bunch of
it hit,
games.
so
Over under right now, 54.5.
54.5. So, I mean, if we got 34, 31, we're
Think about it.
smoking
Like the
it.
Chargers defense is good.
They are good, but also the Chiefs are pretty good on offense.
Derwin James is just like walking around pre-play losing his mind.
Yeah, it's like the linebacker
Get out of
off
my
the
head,
program.
Hike.
Get out of my head, man.
And he got paid now, too.
Yeah, for sure. That peace of mind, better than a piece of
Khalil
cake.
Mack and Joey Bosa.
All right, so the Vikings number 2. Number 3, we have the Saints.
Let's go.
All right, New Orleans Saints. Kind of talked about them and the Rams. Even though the Rams lost game 1, you feel like they're going to figure it out with Sean McVay and Matt Stafford. Wasn't a great opening, but we'll know they'll be fine. So we got the Rams at 4, then the Eagles at 5. Are we worried a little bit that the Eagles let the Lions come back?
Little bit, especially because
Defense,
the
your boy
defensive
BG.
Unit, my boy BG, especially because the defensive unit was supposed to take such a big step up for them. But look, that's the NFL, man. It's hard to win.
Win.
Just win and get out. That's kind of what we said with the Saints. I would be fine if someone had the Vikings and the Eagles above the Saints right now because of the game they played against the Falcons. But again, we were talking about Alabama going to Texas. Win. Find a way to win late.
And let's not act like the Lions don't have weapons. I mean, they played pretty well up front. I mean, obviously, he scored 35 points. DeAndre Swift, Ross St. Brown.
Yeah.
I always literally forget the Saint part.
And you got to think they don't have J-Mo yet either.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Also, I didn't realize that Ross St. Brown and Equanimous St. Brown's dad was Mr. Universe back when Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing bodybuilding.
Really?
There's a fun fact.
Mr.
I wonder what it's like to be called like
Mr. Universe?
Mr. Universe. What are you gonna tell me?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Why am I paying for
Even
this
if
coffee?
aliens come down, like
That's who talks to him.
like yeah,
Like
how's
that's
my
what that
universe
means.
out there.
That's what that means. The
Mr.
aliens come down. They're like,
Universe.
who should we talk to? They're not like the president.
Yeah.
Or like like LeBron. They're like,
bring me the
call Mr.
CEO of BP.
Yeah.
Do you think aliens feel like, why are y'all calling yourself Mr. Universe when really you're just Mr. World because you haven't compared yourself?
know.
It's kind of like when I
Probably.
hear people around the country or around the world
Mr.
say,
Earth is
why
what
do
they
you
should be
say
called?
Super Bowl champions are world champions when no one else plays football? Well, it's like, y'all don't play football.
Yeah, well, aliens,
it's not
if you
like
have a
there are
problem
other
with it,
football
fight 'em.
teams.
No, if you have a problem with it, all right, Germany, put together a football team. Y'all play
play
ours,
it,
and let's
yeah.
see how it goes.
World champions.
I've always said in the Olympics, there should be football.
Oh yeah.
You
Why
want
is
to
there
talk
not?
about?
Can we play?
If we
Sweden
have to
football,
play
please?
soccer, then y'all should have to play football.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
We'll get our best.
You know why?
You get
they're
your
like, oh,
best.
well, you guys don't get to make the rules. Well, who's back-to-back World War champs? I don't know. Us.
We do get to make the rules.
We do get to make the rules.
Yeah.
We're the captains now.
Yeah. Like we get to make the rules.
Just is what it is. All right, so NFC, Bucks, Vikings, Saints, Rams, Eagles, in that order. Tell us, are we right there or are we wrong? Let's switch up and let's go to the AFC.
AFC is much more competitive.
The AFC's we could have just put the AFC West, actually, minus the Broncos here. So we got the Bills, number 1. They haven't punted in like 3 games. Like at some point, the Bills, are we just going to get enough stops?
They're a problem.
They're a problem. Now, Von Miller over there,
Problem.
he hadn't forgot. You watched him play, you hadn't forgot. So we got the Bills, number 1. The Chiefs, number 2, out there chiefing it, smoking everybody right now. I know it was the Cardinals. We'll see. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Knee slapper right there.
Yeah, it really was. Come on down. So we got the Bills, number 1, the Chiefs, number 2.
Yep.
Big one against the Chargers, number 3.
God, I
We
can't
could have some movement here. My Super Bowl prediction, the Chargers. Run game, I'm not super worried.
Are you
about
going
it.
to bring up that's your Super Bowl prediction every time we bring up the
No, but the Chargers is my Super Bowl prediction.
I know. Trust me. I think everybody knows. Even Mr. Universe knows.
Well, he needs to know.
He does know.
You got to repeat
Look, I don't want
every time.
I don't want
Every
no
time we
scrubs.
go.
All right.
Is that a TLC reference?
No. So I don't want to go chasing waterfalls. I got the Chargers.
Okay.
Number 3 to win the Super Bowl. Now we know.
Yeah, all right.
So then we number 4, the Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins.
Looks
Look at
pretty
us.
good. Offense is going to keep. Look, Jalen Waddle hit a big play for me. Number 1, Jalen, as a fantasy owner, like on the conversation I had when we drafted you, we need big plays. I appreciate you coming through. Can't wait for our Thursday call tomorrow. Also, Tua didn't look bad. They didn't ask a lot, but Tyreek Hill made a couple big plays. Really like the way the defense played. Their coach is just. He looks like Where's Waldo?
He looks like
for
Dexter
sure.
all grown up.
He does, but man,
Dexter's
it looks like they're having fun.
Yeah.
Coach McDonald,
That's
man,
a good one.
I
He looks
believe
like
it.
Dexter's laboratory. You put a white coat and black gloves on him. Get him some girl with blonde hair to start yelling at him.
He's awesome, too.
Oh, he's cool.
I'm
Oh,
like,
for
I
sure
want
he's
to
sweet.
play for that guy.
Yeah, I was
I'm
really
sure he's
impressed.
hilarious.
I was really impressed with their defense.
Yeah.
Their
Well, that's
defense
what he
was gonna
does.
take him over the
Well, if
top.
you watch, they get a lot of free runners off the edge. Like they do a lot of timing stuff with blitzers. I like what he does, kind of off the edge. We used to
running
call
back
it
room
hook.
looks
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Running back, that was a big question.
Gotta
mark for
look,
them.
Miami. If Tua can stay healthy, which if anybody can stay healthy, but Tua exactly hasn't been the healthiest. Then so we've got Bills 1, Chiefs 2, Chargers 3, Dolphins 4. Then the Baltimore Ravens. With Lamar didn't look bad. Rashad Bateman
they
had a
look
nice
good,
Rashad Bateman. And look, I know they didn't play the best team in the world, but Rashad Bateman looked pretty good. Mark
Shout out
Andrews
Walshy.
is still Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson threw a few dots. We know he's going to play good because he has to with the ways he's betting on himself.
Man,
It is what it is. But the Ravens look like the Ravens, man.
They do. They look like the Ravens. I was watching some of those throws Lamar Jackson made the other day because I was saying, look, Ravens, y'all shouldn't make him the highest paid quarterback, right? And I was watching some of these throws.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I said they
if you're
should.
already going to make him a top 4 paid quarterback, I'm like, man, he's standing in the pocket and delivering. It's not like he's running around because that was the element of it that I said. Mobile quarterback's value to me goes down exponentially every year, right? There's only so long that you can run around and still be effective on your feet. Tom Brady's 45 because he's standing in the pocket making making throws. He knows exactly where the defense is going to be. Can Lamar Jackson be that guy? To me, man, he's standing in the pocket and making throws. That's what I like to see.
Well, you look at other quarterbacks that are getting paid right now. Lamar Jackson should be the top 3, probably most paid quarterback.
I agree. I mean, there's not a lot of guys, obviously, that can do what Lamar Jackson can do, that can hit a home run in the run game. I think Josh Allen's a guy that can hit the home run in the run game. We've seen him. He's a long strider. Obviously, Kyler Murray. You've got Lamar. Aaron's a good runner, but he's not hitting the home run. Russell, Jalen Hurts, I think, once he gets going, can hit the home run. But the way Lamar is, not only vertically when he's running, but laterally, there just aren't a lot of guys like him. It just is what it is. So tell us, NFC, AFC, which one do you like better? Where did we get it wrong in the comments? Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's kick it over here to the Booster Club for one, and then Cone, are you ready to tell somebody to get off your lawn?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, there's one in here. It was Hutton. It has magically disappeared.
Really?
But, aha! No, I found it. Jake, he says, Jake also picked the Blue Jays to win the World Series, so his Chargers prediction is suspect. You want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, I picked the correct national champion in college football and basketball the last 4 times. So there.
Also, the Blue Jays haven't not won
the World Series yet. So I'm confused on, why we're sleeping on the Blue Jays right now. And they came through for my boy in his bet yesterday. So again, give it some time. We'll see what happens. Fired their manager. Still has a chance. Let's talk about it. But, I see where you're going. But don't hate on the Chargers pick. Let's be realistic.
All right, Malcolm Martin says, aliens are probably thinking, I wonder when they're going to notice we are all sitting in Antarctica.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And, when are they going to realize that Dennis Rodman's been one of us since this began?
All right, Mike RFF Lifestyle, hashtag Ask Crane and Company. That's us. Could you create a same-game parlay for Thursday night's game? It's going to be a fun game.
We'll do it Thursday. You want a little SGP? Let's look at it right now. Go ahead and pull that up.
All right, so right now we got Chiefs minus 4.5.
Okay.
And then we've got the over-under at 54.5. Let's see. You want me to throw in like some player props or something?
I want halftime spreads and totals.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
What do you want?
So give me the. So
hold on. Here's some game parlays.
Yeah, let's go same game parlays right here. Yeah.
So you could take the Chargers and over. You could take the Chargers
plus 4.5.
Hold on. This is first half winner and first half total points. Chargers money line up in the first half and over 26.5 at plus 380.
No,
I don't know if I like that so much.
I don't like that one. Do they have another one on there that's already pulled up? To me, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would go ahead if I'm gonna same game parlay it, and we're gonna say it's 2 legs. You almost have to go with the Chiefs in the over. I would think that'd be the obvious play, but typically the obvious play doesn't hit. Blaine, what is the first quarter spread?
First quarter is 0.5.
0.5. I would go Chiefs first quarter, and I would go over.
I'm going Chargers first half plus 3.5, and then I would take the under for the first half at what? 27.5.
Ooh, so we're saying
you think
under 4
they play
touchdowns?
tight defense in the first half?
Well, I think field goals.
Feeling each other out.
I think field goals first half.
Bend but don't break.
Yeah, I think second half they'll start getting the end zone a little more because that total starts correcting itself.
I wouldn't mind taking that Chiefs first quarter because it is at home. The Chiefs typically come out and play pretty good early, especially at home. I'd take the Chiefs first quarter minus the half, and I would take the under for the half, like Blaine's saying, at 27.5, or I would buy the total points down to 53.5 and take the over. That'd be the same game parlay that I'd hit.
I love it. All right, Trenton Burke. What's up, Trenton? I hadn't seen you in here before, so welcome.
Trenton, what's up, man?
Can we talk about Aggie players in recent interviews talking about how they think maybe players have bought into the system because everybody has shown up for practice on time in week 3?
Wait, say that again?
Okay, so he's saying that, can we talk about players for Texas A&M recent interviews? Because he thinks that the players have bought in now because everyone has actually showed up to practice on time.
Well, that should look. It's like I say, showing up, being accountable, and effort. That gets you through the door. That's not something that we'd ever brag about. If I'm having to sit here and get effort out of you that we've already lost, the thing that Texas A&M needs is a shot of momentum. You need some positivity. But again, that's why it's good you're playing Miami this week and not Alcorn State. Mm-hmm. I would say no disrespect to Alcorn State, but I think A&M would walk the dog. Yeah, I think A&M would walk the dog on Alcorn State, but you really wouldn't know. You still wouldn't know. At least now, if you go out there and if if you do play Haynes King, I don't feel sorry for you. If you play Max Johnson and it doesn't work out and you can't run the ball and your defense doesn't look good and you lose this game, you lose it by a touchdown or more, then we just know you're not a very good football team right now. But if you go out there and you beat Miami and you look good, it's like, you know what? Maybe that was an anomaly, a little bit against Sam Houston State and a little bit against App State. Maybe this is really us. And once you see it, because most people are visual, once you see it, then you're going to be able to try and turn into what you think you can be. But you need some sort of change. You need some sort of shot of momentum here to be able to get off the schneid. But speaking about getting off the schneid, Cone, you head over there, take those 2 long steps as that mic comes out. Look at you holding that mic like a champ. Go ahead and fix it. Ryan right now would be so impressed by you.
You tell that mic to get off your shirt.
You tell that mic to get off your shirt and somebody else to get off your lawn. So if you don't know, every Wednesday, our good friend David Coneth over here, the 70-year-old curmudgeon stuck in a 34-year-old's body, anyways, tells somebody to get off his lawn. Cone, who are you looking at and screaming at Clint Eastwood style today?
Fellas, today I'm telling South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley to get off my lawn.
Get out!
Now, most of you are familiar by now with the BYU-Duke volleyball incident where Duke sophomore Rachel Richardson claimed to be a victim of racial heckling during her serves in Provo, Utah. It took 2 weeks for BYU to complete a full-scale investigation and issue a statement which read, "We reviewed all available video and audio recordings, including security footage and raw footage from all camera angles. We also spoke with 50 individuals seated in the students section. From our extensive review, we have not found any evidence to corroborate the allegations that fans engaged in racial heckling or uttered racial slurs at the event." Now, that lack of evidence from this immense inquiry didn't stop Dawn Staley, the head women's basketball coach of the defending national champion South Carolina Gamecocks, from canceling a previously scheduled home-and-home series against Brigham Young University's basketball team. "The incident at BYU," Staley said, "has led me to reevaluate our home-and-home, and I don't feel that this is the right time for us to engage in the series." Now, I know there are probably 1 or 2 of our listeners who aren't diehard women's South Carolina basketball fans, so let me remind them that only 4 years ago, following a game against the Gamecocks, Missouri AD Jim Sturk stated publicly, "We had players spit on and called the N-word. It was not a good environment, and I think Coach Staley promoted that kind of atmosphere." This accusation prompted South Carolina AD Ray Tanner to issue the following statement. "Upon hearing the accusations regarding our crowd's behavior towards the Missouri team, the athletics department conducted a review of our operations from the game, including interviews with staff and security personnel. In this review, we received no confirmation of the alleged behavior directed at the visiting team by the fans at the game." Man, that sounds eerily similar to the aforementioned BYU statement. Believe all victims, right? Until you're the accused. And speaking of athletic director Ray Tanner, where is he in this situation? He's harder to find than Waldo. Are you not the AD? Dawn Staley doesn't decide which games get scheduled for the University of South Carolina. You do. Or maybe she is the boss, which begs the question, why is the public university paying you? $1 million a year, I might add. This would seem like another great moment in the I'll do it for half movement, but I wouldn't want anything to do with this dumpster fire of a situation. So Dawn Staley and Ray Tanner, on your way to whichever games y'all decide to schedule or not schedule, make sure you stay off my lawn.
Man,
Love it, Dave.
Cone, hold on. So let me get this straight.
Hit me.
Dawn Staley says that they won't play BYU because of the alleged racial slurs that were at the game, which BYU came out and said that we reviewed it, didn't see anything, that didn't happen. So they're still not going to play him, and these are the same people that 4 years before got accused of doing the same thing and said, no, we didn't do it. So this is absolute hypocrisy at the highest level.
100%. And Jason Whitlock, our good friend Jason Whitlock, actually had a really good point on this, where he said, so Dawn Staley won't allow her team to go to Provo, Utah, okay, where this apparently alleged incident took place, but now they're saying there's no evidence of it. But she'll allow her team to go play the Memphis basketball team, where the crime rate is whatever. He had the statistics in his article. The crime rate is exponentially higher, but you'll stay playing, in downtown Memphis.
Well, my thing isn't even about the crime rate or Memphis. You're literally you're literally getting mad at somebody for doing the same thing that y'all did, allegedly. And both of you said you didn't do it. So, but like you said, the best thing you had on there was believe all victims until you're the accused. That right there, that was good stuff. Blaine, speaking of the accused, what's going on in the Booster Club?
Matthew Roberts says, hashtag Ask Crane and Company.
What?
Should South Carolina and women's basketball get sponsored by Charmin because they're ultra salt?
Look, less is more. Yes.
More.
All right, Josh Reagan. What's up, Josh? Hashtag Ask Crane and Co. Blaine. Yes. Can you ask Jake why his recent betting prophecies so closely resemble the dreams of Mr. Cheezel?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we need to go ahead and say this. I am the step-grandson of Mr. Cheezel.
What is going on?
If you don't know who Mr. Cheezel is, you need to watch Grandma's Boy. He helps run the video game section. He's like the CEO for JP and all them. And look, he has visions like I do with animals. You know, one time he said that he saw a snake next to a deer. And that means something good was going to happen today. So if you don't know about this, look, let's just call it for what it is. A couple weeks ago, I saw a bluebird land next to a traffic cone at the cul-de-sac where I live.
Replacement cone?
No, that wasn't him. It's a good replacement cone. Landed the cul-de-sac and look at me for a second. And, you know, as we locked eyes, I could just feel Florida was going to win by a field goal against Utah. So I tweeted that out. 8:17 in the morning. You can look. All right, 8:17 tweeted out. Florida wins by a field goal. The next week on Saturday morning, driving down to go get a mocha, kind of my routine on Saturday morning. What do I see? Redbird on the sidewalk. While I'm in traffic, I look. We lock eyes. Didn't hear him really say anything. There was no words that came in my mind. But right as I was leaving, I just felt this jolt of Iowa State energy, and I thought Iowa State was going to win by 4. They beat Iowa by 3. So it's hashtag trust the signs right now.
I like that.
There's a couple things are happening. Either 1, they're helping me bet. 2, I'm turning into Dr. Doolittle. Or 3, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown.
No, you've been really into the planet Earth stuff. So you're just in tune with nature.
I think, is it the wavelength?
You're very centered right now. You're in tune with nature. And to be honest with you, I might start trailing you.
What happened?
Look, I'm just looking around.
With the Bama prediction, just wrong vision, or
what?
Everyone in the country thought Alabama was going to beat Texas.
That wasn't an animal.
Like, I don't understand
that
why
had nothing to do.
Texas.
No.
Kill Texas.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
Texas.
Hold on.
But vision.
It had nothing to do with an animal.
That wasn't
only
one of
the
your
animal
official,
visions. Only the animal.
Wait, that wasn't one of your official animal predictions.
No.
Yeah.
I'm tweeting this out. Like, what the hell are you
animal-
talking about?
Does Mr. Cheezel only have animal predictions? I don't know who Mr. Cheezel is.
Off Grandma's Boy.
I don't remember who that is.
You remember when they go in there and Mr. G's like, you want this tea? It's a nice herbal blend of.
I thought it was JP for a second.
No, it's the boss. It's they go in there. You remember when they make him and JP play against each other?
No.
He's the boss. He's like, I was a deer running through the prairie.
Oh, no, I'm upset.
Look, show me what you did when Cam Rising threw that interception on the goal line at Florida. I just want to see, like, what? Is that all you did? I feel like
noise the birds. You got to trust the signs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one with nature right now. The Bama prediction, number 1, I don't think that was really out of left field or out in a limb. Alabama played the worst game under the Nick Saban era.
Condescending text messages like, you were wrong about Alabama destroying Texas. I was like, yeah, okay, so was everyone in the country. Like, there was no reason to believe Texas could hang in that game.
They still won, but look, that has nothing to do with the animals. And I don't force it. I'm not out there looking for birds. I'm going about my day because it doesn't work like that.
Not a big
and I
bird
don't think
watcher?
it's just birds. Like, again, maybe, I see a dog or something today. Maybe there's a bulldog sitting there next to somebody that's staring at me. Mississippi State goes to LSU and gets a win.
But don't force it.
No, you can't force it. That's not trusting the signs.
Yeah.
That's forcing the signs.
Yeah.
And you can't trust what you force, and you can't force what you trust. Anyway, back to the Booster Club.
Okay, Emmanuel C., hashtag Crane and Co. Let's give the Iowa punter, Torrey Taylor, some love.
TT.
His average was 49 yards a kick and has more punts than Iowa has points this season, and he'll be a future Raiders first rounder.
Yeah, look, you want to get some reps? If you're a punter that wants to get some good tape out, You're going to get a lot of chances at Iowa. So he's punted 800 times more than the Bills punter has in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Is that a recruiting pitch, you think?
Look,
if they're trying to recruit punters, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't say this to the rest of the team, but you're going to get a lot of
It's like, you're just like in his room, he's the number one punter. He's like, how would you like to punt more than anybody else's?
No, they just treat the punter like the quarterback.
On the official visit, he's the one all the coaches are going and talking to. Rick, the quarterback's like, he's like, hey, man, Rick Tompkins here to play quarterback at Iowa. He's like, Rick, shut up. We got the punter coming in.
Yeah, literally. All right, Cup Shocky 9. Hashtag Ask Crane and Company. Cone, are you upset with Michigan's scheduling? If you're in Ann Arbor right now, they're selling cupcakes at the Big House.
Yeah, it's not great. When I was watching the Hawaii game, I saw the upper bowl of the Big House.
Nobody.
I had to look at it again. I was shocked.
Wow.
I've never seen portions of the Big House be empty. It just never was.
Well, I heard they were watching the assistant QB coach, the woman, throw the ball 85 yards.
Dang, is 85 now?
Heard.
I mean, talk about seeing receipts. I need to see some receipts, man,
Yeah.
on that. But yeah, come on, man. And then we got UConn this week. Look, I love Jim Moore. I think he's going to do a great job at UConn. But come on, man. Like, I guess Notre Dame won't play us, so there's one game. But we can't.
Well, y'all wouldn't let them join the Big Ten.
I think honestly,
you always overlooked that. You're like, Notre Dame doesn't want to play us, but we didn't.
We got them out of the Big Ten. Revisionist history maybe a little bit, and then also I think maybe we're still a little scarred from these teams that open against Alabama. When we did it in like 2013 or 14, something like that in Dallas, teams get a little scarred after you open with Alabama.
Little Papa Roach.
Like Florida State's not doing it again anytime soon.
No.
Miami's not doing it again.
Florida State's like, when can we play LSU again?
But even Miami's going to Texas A&M this weekend. Can we get some action like that? Michigan State, you know what? I give Michigan State their props. They're going all the way across the country to play Washington. We can't.
Well, and again, you're going there to play them. It's not like y'all are meeting up and playing in like Wilmington or something. Like Miami is going to College Station.
Yes,
like that's how it should be. I cannot.
Penn State is coming to the Plains
Auburn.
this weekend.
Yes,
that is cool.
That's exactly right.
Isn't that the first Big Ten team to come to Auburn? Is that true?
I don't think it's the first Big Ten team.
Or the Big Ten East.
Maybe Big Ten East.
I can't remember what
off
stat
the top
I
of my
saw.
head the last time. I feel like we played Northwestern in a bowl game about 35 times.
But that would be a neutral site.
Yeah, I know, but I'm thinking about Auburn and Big Ten, them and Wisconsin.
Jimbo Eagle, question for Crane and Company. Exactly what type of stats would an offensive lineman need to put in order to even be considered to be a Heisman Trophy finalist?
Stats for an offensive lineman would never happen. It would
You'd
never
have
happen.
to have
You'd have to play
multiple
both
plays
ways.
when you pancake 6+ people.
No, you would have to block you would have to score you'd have to report in as eligible and score touchdowns. There's no way it would happen. I mean, you'd have to just like Michael Orr blindside, just be throwing people in the stands after you just drove them down the field.
You'd have to do all that, plus catch a couple touchdowns on the little, the left tackle screen play. You'd have to play both ways and maybe get a couple sacks.
Pure cancer.
And you'd have to have like a huge personality.
Yeah,
like a Taylor Lewan
You'd have to be doing
personality.
stand-up at halftime and like, selling hot dogs and stuff.
And then
doing
you'd still
charity
come in
work.
third.
That's exactly, yeah. That's exactly right.
All right, Devin21, hashtag Ask Crane and Co. I'm going to my first Auburn game next weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Any advice on places to check out and places to avoid?
Okay, Tumor's Corner, number
get you some
one. Got to go get some
lemonade.
lemonade. You know that. I mean, there's really not places to avoid. I don't think there's really
It's God's
any places
country.
to
There's no
avoid.
places
How about
anywhere.
Mama Goldberg's?
Mama
No,
G.
it's mid.
Why
Go to
does-
Moe's.
what is wrong with your brother, Jake?
Look,
That's one thing y'all don't know. A lot of people. A lot of people thinks Mama Goldberg's is mid in Auburn.
Okay,
I got a lot of
okay.
people. This isn't 30 years ago where Mama Goldberg's a spot. It's not. A lot
Okay,
of
so
people
you're
think it's
saying
average.
it's gone downhill.
Yeah, a lot
Not
of
that
people think it's
always
average.
been.
It was average when I was there. Moe's Barbecue is the spot you want to go. Go get you some barbecue, sit in the back, enjoy a nice cold beverage. There's TV, there's cornhole. That's where I would go if you want to stay in the Auburn area, realistically. You can say it if you want to. Like, Mama Goldberg's is mid. It's so mid. Ugh.
I'm trying.
That's fine.
I'm trying really hard right now to keep it together after
You don't have
words,
to.
the words that just came out of your mouth. The blasphemy.
It's mid.
The absolute blasphemy that is oozing
do got $5
from
pitchers, though.
from your corrupt lips. First off, there's a couple things I won't tolerate. Number one, you come in my house, you get my wife's name
Okay.
right. Number two,
Whose name did I get wrong?
if you ever disrespect Mama Goldberg's and
Man.
Jimmy John's in the same show again, I don't care if you are Flaming Dragon, I will burn this place to the ground.
Look, the
Blaine.
fact that you
And
just compared
smile
Mama
as I
Goldberg's
walk
to Jimmy
away.
John's lets people
I'm saying
know
if you're gonna trash
that
both
it's
of them.
mid.
Mama's
That's
love
where I get
is
torn. I
maybe
don't like
Jimmy John's is mid.
but I like Mama Goldberg.
number one. Mama
Mama
Goldberg's
Jesus,
hasn't changed. It's been the same forever. You go get a Mama's love. You get the nachos with the pepper jack cheese melted on them, which is Doritos with pepper jack cheese.
That's all
and
y'all
you
is.
get a
It's
sweet
Doritos
tea,
with pepper
and
jack
you
cheese
sit
on it.
down and you take a bite of it,
Like,
and
it's
you
not
see
like-
what heaven
It's
does.
not like they're whipping up some secret concoction back there.
And then
they're getting a Doritos
And then you
bag.
get on Twitter and you go to @CraneBlaine and you
Come on.
roast this
Come
man
on, bring
for
it.
this blaspheming. I'm sick to my stomach right now. You just gave me mental COVID.
What did White Goodman say on Dodgeball?
Bring it.
I didn't realize by mentioning a simple sub place that I'd
It's
create a
mid,
Hatfields.
man.
You know what? I didn't want to do the rest of the show now.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you wanna-
I'm that
Are you
upset.
checked out now?
I'm literally. I think it's the last day at a hotel because I'm
Look,
checked out.
Quiznos on campus is better than Mama G's.
Well, first of all,
I'm
Quiznos
just-
is really good.
I tell you
so that's
what.
not like
Thank you. Quiznos is really good.
Quiznos. Wait, first of all, where are you talking about one? Where can you find a Quiznos these days?
Well, when I was
There's like
in Auburn,
3
it
left.
was on campus, like
It's still there?
like on the strip. Yeah.
It's
I
for
don't know
a fact
100%
it's still
if it's.
there.
I haven't been back to
So
it in
you're
a minute.
lying.
I haven't been
I
back to it in a
think there's
minute.
more-
But when I was there, last time I was there, Quiznos was still on the strip.
There's like more Blockbusters than Quiznos now.
I think there's actually only one Blockbuster left in the whole nation.
You know what? We've been mad at each other before.
I'm not
Like, it's one
mad.
thing to be mad. It's one thing to be mad. I'm just really disappointed in you right now.
Well, I
dog.
don't care, to be honest.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You don't care at all?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna steal your car after this.
It's mid. I'm sorry. It is.
It's not. Okay, you know what? Let's move on. Just say something else in the chat before I just absolutely
What's another place?
turn into the guy from Split
place you can
and
do
just
it?
start freaking out.
Okay, let's go to Tyler Griffin. What's up, TG?
What's up, T-Jizzle?
Should I go to the A&M game? I live here, and ticket prices has dropped like a rock. It seems like since our season is basically now over.
Yeah, go. It's Miami.
Yeah, I would go. I would have that experience. Now it depends. Like if you're the type person, I don't like to go to the game like in the game. I love to go tailgate, and then I want to come home and watch it on my TV, preferably surrounded by people that I'm very close with that understand and watch the game and get as upset as I do. I don't like being in front of everybody and have to pretend like I'm not that mad. It's like I said, that's why you'll never find me be like, hey, Auburn's playing Northwestern in Ireland. Guess what? Jake's not going. Why? Number one, because if we lose, I am going to be, that is a long way back home for me to be that pissed off. I'm not pretending that long. I'm not, oh, hey, Jake, love the show, appreciate it. I'm not happy about what happened. I'm not going to pretend that everything's great. Hell, I wouldn't go the state over to just play. I'm going to be in my house. So if I get upset, it's at my house around people that know the deal, and I can go to my bathroom, I can go to my fridge, and when I get done, I can go lay in my bed or just watch the next game. But I am not going across the country. I'm not going out of the country to go watch us lose. Because I am going to be the worst person on the way back. That's just how it is. I'm sorry.
With me, it just depends on who we're playing. You know,
Doesn't for me.
If we're playing Mercer, I'll go tailgate. I'll go have a great time.
Well, I'm not saying tailgate. I'm talking about going to the game.
I'll go to the game, laugh it up, haha. But if we're playing anyone somewhat serious to where it's 14 or less points, I've talked about this before. I'm in my house. All the lights are
on the wall
off.
after we win.
All the lights are off.
All the lights are off. I start with some dark, ominous music. Walk around kind of the Mexican drug lord type with my hands behind my back, looking into the future.
Do you play a certain
Wait,
song
hold on,
like
do you
this?
do something like this?
When I walk into my house, there's bulls running around. There's people with maracas in the background. And I immediately turn the lights off. If anybody's there, it's extremely close people that I trust.
Are there churros?
Who are Auburn fans. If you're not an Auburn fan, get out of my house. Don't call me for the rest of the night. Other than that, if we lose, then I don't talk to anybody.
Everybody get out.
I fake smiles until the next Saturday.
everybody get out.
I fake laughs. Like, I'm not who I really am for the next 6 years.
But see,
so.
it's like become another person. But no, it's like,
I'm
again, but
scared.
all my buddies, like if we watch the same game, if we lose, everybody knows it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Like nobody's hanging around. I don't want to talk about it. There may be a comment or two. Gus sucks. Bo Nix, what happens?
It's not-
Offensive
yeah,
line's
it's
bad.
just-
But everybody knows they need to leave.
It's just looks. You won't even say anything. There won't be a word spoken after the game after you lose. Everyone just look at each other and be like,
Yeah.
and we'll just leave.
Be like,
I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure everybody drive home.
Good. That's good insight there.
That is. But speaking about good insight, guys, what a day yesterday betting.
Yeah.
7-1.
Yeah.
Go to DraftKings.
God.
Use the promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. $200 free bets off a $5 bet. That's right,
My
replacement
bet's
cone.
not up there. Cool.
Oh,
Sweet,
yeah.
sweet.
All right.
Yours is always blank.
Yeah, Blaine. Because you don't tell us your bets for the show. The only one.
What do you mean?
The only one. Cone comes in. Baby Cone.
You don't ask.
He's not even
dude.
a year old.
You ask Cone. You ask Cone, right?
What? You're a grown man.
Well, ask
You're a
me.
grown man.
Ask me.
Make your bets.
Mine. That's
You're a
fine.
grown man.
I see what your problem
What are your bets? Tell me right now.
No. Read your bets, buddy.
No,
Read your bets.
I'll put
Go
your
ahead.
bets up.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Huh? Oh, you'll wait? Yeah, like I did the whole time. Here's what I got today. You know what? I hate to do it, but it's
No, you don't.
It's hedging emotions. Give me the Mets -1.5. I do want to say they had the White Sox on the run line last night. -1.5. Plus 110. Yep. So and they hit, and then also had the was Bet Buds with Baby Cone. Had the Padres, Mariners, Nerfy.
Yes,
I believe
that was
Padres,
it.
Mariners, Nerfy. It's Yu Darvish, Logan Gilbert. Thank you guys for that. Low-scoring game. Yu Darvish, 8 innings, absolutely shoved. So give me the Mets -1.5 at plus 110 at home today. Then give me the Royals, Twins, Nerfy at -$1.25. So we're going another run line, another Nerfy. Everybody look each other in the eyes from Kansas City to Minnesota, all the way up to New York and Flushing. Let's help Jake out. We're all friends here.
I like it. All right, a little clarification on mine yesterday because I had the Jays Rays
what's going on
Nerfy
with you over
Mona on the mound. I didn't realize there was a doubleheader. So for any Booster Club members who trailed me on that, if you took the first game, I apologize. But
I do want to say
with
you
a
did
pitching
text the
change-
group chat saying it was game 2 right after the show.
and I would put myself at the mercy of whatever the decision was. But if you,
Yeah, we're
if
gonna
you
kill
did
you.
that and there was a pitching change, the sports book should give you,
It should be a
it should be
nullified.
void anyway.
Yeah, it should
So
be nullified.
either way, for tonight, let's go Pirates money line. Okay, Pirates money line at plus 135. A nice underdog bet to look at here. Contreras has a 3.29 ERA on the mound. They're looking for the 4-game road sweep of the Reds.
Woo!
I know that that might be a little bit risky, but the Reds are on a 5-game losing
Yeah,
streak.
you got Lodolo on the mound, I think, for the Reds tonight. So I like
yes,
the Pirates
and
pick. at plus money.
Onel Cruz is a 6'7" shortstop that was made in a laboratory. So Pirates
Saturn.
money line plus 135 if you want a nice underdog bet. And then Brewers Cards Nerfy -160. Paul
luck.
Goldschmidt, don't you dare.
Yeah.
Save it for the second inning. Save it for the third.
Yesterday, that nerve, they scored 5 runs.
Right,
in the
I
first.
thought I'm thinking about it. I thought it's a completely different bet.
I hate when that happens.
I was like 2-0, we'll take it. Needed that. A couple baseball Nerfies, maybe push a little unit and plus.
You thought yesterday.
But
you
then
took
I
a different-
remembered, like literally, it was like 1:30 in the morning. I woke up. I literally woke up. I was like, Paul Goldschmidt. And then I remember what my bet was.
Wait, you took the Cards Nerfy yesterday and
Yeah.
it didn't hit?
No.
Because
They scored 5 runs in the first.
Yeah, they're like, no.
They're like, we're going to do the
And I
most
did, and I forgot I
anti-Nerfy.
took. I thought I took. I knew I took Padres, Mariners, but I thought I took Mets, Cubs, Nerfy because DeGrom was on the mound.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick Corbin's, or who is it? Who's on the mound?
Corbin's on the mound
Corbin,
for the
Corbin
Nationals
Burns, I
today.
meant. Corbin
Yeah.
Burns.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm taking. Give me White Sox, Rockies,
All right, hold on.
Nerfy -130.
All right, so we got White Sox.
Rockies, Nerfy -1.
Nerfy
That's a
minus
dirty
a-
130.
Yeah.
Hey,
dirty
that's what
130.
you bet buds with Baby Comb.
Yeah,
Let's go,
that's right.
Ace. And give me the Marlins, the Phillies, Nerfy -120.
All right, that's -120.
Giants.
All right, yeah, I know, right? Sandy Alcantara pitched yesterday. Who's on the mound today for the Marlins? Do we know who's on the mound?
Cabrera.
Ooh, okay. Well,
We
gotta
changed
trust
the
that.
so White Sox Colorado is 130.
You got it at
Yeah.
130, mine?
For Baby Cone.
All right, we'll change the baby cone odds there to 130.
Ace 23-17. You'd love to see it.
You love to see it. Guys, we got a little football tomorrow. Chargers, Chiefs.
Yeah.
And you know, can I say this? Can I before I read the Boost Club leaderboard, can I have the right to complain about
You
something?
just get off of
Permission to complain. Will you watch your mouth?
I mean, look at him.
How about
dude.
that?
He can't move. Stay
Yeah.
free, just
Well,
walking right
you know,
into him.
you better watch out. This dude's creeping on.
I want to
your
hear
zone a
this.
little
I
bit.
know this is going to be good.
I want to complain about something.
For sure. Let's go.
All right. Well, why do I not have college football on Tuesdays yet? Well, why do I have to? I know. Say, oh, well, we're waiting for conference play. What? You have Penn State played Purdue week 1. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your excuses. Okay. I want Maction on Tuesday. I want Sunbelt on Tuesday. All right. I don't want to go another 2. You give me 5 days of college football. All right, which is great. Then we get college football. Then with the NFL, which is great. I was watching our boy Scott Hansen on Red Zone for like 7 straight hours, like a fly to a light. But all of a sudden, you give me a couple days without it. Come on, man. Like Duquesne, what are y'all really doing? Who y'all playing this week?
Hawaii.
Hawaii, y'all should be playing yesterday.
God, I would love
Y'all
to-
should have played yesterday.
I would love to watch.
Because nobody's watching that game.
I would love to watch UAB
On Saturday.
Southern
Yeah.
play today.
UAB. Georgia
Yeah, that'd be
Southern.
such a great game. Now, I know you have to look at the schedule, and you can't obviously play on Saturday
Yeah.
and then on Wednesday, but we should have college football right now. So I'm excited it's back. It's going too fast, but I should have some college football tonight. What I got to do tonight? I'm going to go watch baseball. I love baseball. It's fun. But I want to be able to watch some football too. So now I got to wait until Thursday. So be better. That's all I'm asking. I think everybody agree with me on that.
No, look, I think
Who doesn't want more football?
should be on every day.
I agree with you.
Every day.
I like that. High five.
I don't trust that.
You don't trust me?
Give him a high five.
I don't trust that.
You know, come give me a high five.
There
How
you
about that?
There it is.
There we go.
All right, Jay Chan, a little sports trivia. All right, who's the only MLB player to play for all 4 originally New York-based teams? Mets, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. Who is it?
Mets, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. The only player to do it? That's a tough one, man. Oh, wow. I don't.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, can I?
Mr. Shapiro?
Google?
Ben's dad?
I'm going to phone Google. Golly, that's a good question. I mean, I don't think it's David Cohn, is it?
No,
he's
had
not
to
that
be
old.
way back.
Yeah, I mean, is it Ronnie Crazy
It'd have to
Legs
be somebody
Tompkins?
from.
All right, it's his last name is a fruit.
Is a fruit? God, John Apple?
It'd have to be from the what?
A fruit. Daryl Strawberry.
There it is.
There it is. That's a good
Wait,
one. All right.
Darryl Strawberry. He played for who now? The Yankees, Mets,
He plays for Mets, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers.
Yep.
Giant. Oh, the original New York team, but not when they were. Okay.
See, that's why I said David Cohn.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, like, it's not like
he did. He was 2 for 4.
I didn't expect him to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
And I actually saw him throw in BP when he was with the Red Sox when they came to Turner Field.
No.
So I know he pitched for the Red Sox too.
A lot of people think that's you.
No, it's not me. I'm a former Heisman Trophy candidate.
That's exactly, that's
Me too.
Right. You've got to change that.
I'm like,
Well,
I'm
yours
okay.
would be like Harlan Hill, right? It'd be the division. Well, it's
Me.
okay. Well,
I don't
all right. Here's the Boost Club leaderboard. Lava Leech is 4-0. Tyson's right hook is 2-0. JMPB _ the only one. Williams DG. Portmanteau it. EJ Runis. Blaine is tanking. Quinn is 16. Scotty in Texas and Cones Highwaters are all 1-0. Make sure you guys get your bets in. Guys, do a couple sharps out there yesterday.
Okay.
Sharps treated me pretty well this past weekend. I took K-State minus 13.5 against Tulane. Love Willie Fritz and what he's doing down there. Love the state of Louisiana, but I just believe in Kansas State. Deuce Vaughn. Let's make sure we're good in the second half. Adrian Martinez, do your thing there at quarterback. I like that. I took Kansas plus 10.5 on the road at Houston. This isn't your grandma's Kansas team.
Man, it really is not.
Lose by 10. Daniels
really
is
is
playing
not.
unbelievably efficient there at quarterback. I think they're leading the country in points per game right now at 55. Had a big win at West Virginia. Rolled up a lot of points.
2 shockers so far this season: Kansas and Syracuse.
Yep.
Playing good football right
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then my last one, I need to look up what I tweeted. But anyway, you guys say parting thoughts, and then I'm gonna look up the other.
Do we want to
stuff that I
talk
put
any
out.
fantasy today?
Ooh.
Did you put out a poll?
Did you put out a poll?
I did put out a poll.
Yeah, let's talk about a poll. Poll you
the
put
poll
out.
was should Flaming Dragon burn down the control room?
That was the poll you put out?
That was the poll you put out. What? Boy, you
It's
really
not even
nailed, you
Friday.
really nailed it.
Well,
in
the video
today.
wasn't working when the show started.
It's not even. It's
that's
Yeah,
why I
it's,
did it.
It's. I mean, you
There was
really
no
nailed
video.
it in.
There was no video or audio. So
this is a good one because this is like we have to really tap in to what
There's no
the Booster
video or
Club
audio?
thinks, right?
What do you
No.
mean?
Okay, there's audio. Well, they're saying there was no video audio when the show started. So I was like, should I burn down the control room?
Burn down the control.
Oh, this is when the show started. You said, but there's obviously video.
Yeah.
So you've been letting this marinate for a while, this poll?
It's been out since 1 minute in.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they said just yes, they want to see chaos. Yes, at 61%.
Yeah, I think they said yes. I'm not even going to price this right this thing. I'm going to say 80%.
Wow. Yes, 66%.
That's what happens.
No,
That's what happens when you break with
That's right.
strategy. That's what
That's
happens when
right.
you try and get cute and you end up losing.
That's right. So right now, my sharps: Bama minus 49,
Really?
Kansas
Bama
plus
minus
10.5,
49.
Washington State minus 16 at home against Colorado State. Colorado State is not good when it comes to playing football. And like I said, K-State minus
about
13
Washington?
and a half. Man, I feel like I may have some better options out there. I'm going to see how high this South Alabama line goes, and I'm really, really close to taking the over on Syracuse. On the alternate line, taking it at like 56 and a half. Getting a little, I mean, we could sit here and really mess around and go, hey, oh no, it's 31-28. Wow, what a great cover. Something like that. Just let's both get to 28.
I'm changing my profile now.
Make sure you change your profile. Blaine, real quick from the Boost Club before we get on out, Chiao.
Okay, let me go see what's popping in
the D-Dub?
The D-Dub chat.
Oh, wow, D-Dub.
Let's see what's popping in here. Okay, Jimbo Eagle wants to know, are pancakes for fat people?
No, they're not. They're for lumberjacks and Americans.
I like that. Tempo says Maction is for Wednesdays. You're damn right.
No, well, Fun Belt can be Tuesday. Maction can be Tuesday as well. I don't think we have to just corridor it or narrowly look at this.
Jimbo Eagle says also Jersey Mike's 1, Firehouse 2, Quiznos 3, Gas Station 4, Sushi 5, Subway 6.
Wait, say it all again.
Very
say
random.
It all again and slow
That's
it down
very
a little bit.
random.
Jersey Mike's 1.
Okay.
All right, Firehouse 2, Quiznos 3, Gas Station 4,
What?
5 Sushi, 6 Subway.
I need to know the parameters on this. Is this best like sandwich / random?
I'd throw Mama Goldberg's in there 3rd or 4th.
I'm gonna tell you, give me Firehouse 1, give me Mama G's 2. Y'all can have the rest of it. Don't just have the rest of it. I care. I stop at 2.
How about Penn Station? No Penn Station love?
What is that? I've never had Penn Station. I've never been to Hogwarts, Cone.
Hogwarts?
Isn't that where you go?
Man,
I was at Diagon Alley.
You got wands and stuff, and the
No
moguls, and what are the wizards? The moguls are the non-wizards.
The Muggles are the non-wizards.
I think moguls are thinking that too. I can't remember what it is.
Moguls are when you're skiing, right?
Is that like little troll people?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, anything else from the Boost Club before we?
That's it, guys. Good job in the chat today.
How was the chat today?
Good job.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Recovered, yeah.
You proud of yourself?
Recovered well. I'm always proud of myself.
Good.
There's nothing you hit in there that nobody saw that would have been
The
funny.
thing about it is, like, y'all can go back and look at it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
So then, do you really care that much?
I mean, I had to fill in on the chat.
Then you would go look at it.
Look, I formed a close relationship with the Booster Club those couple days that I had to.
Hey, I will say I started a Facebook group for Crane and Company. Doing pretty well. There's a lot in there. We're asking a lot of questions. What game we're most excited about this weekend? Who's on upset alert? I'll say it again. UTSA. I just keep, like I said, if I see any bird that's fast or that's running around that I'm gonna pick UTSA to cover. Maybe on the alternate line.
I need you to lose in fantasy this week.
Me?
Are y'all playing each other?
Blaine?
Y'all are both playing each other in fantasy?
Either Blaine or myself is starting 0-2 in fantasy.
Wow. So I'm playing Walsh.
You're playing Walsh?
Yeah.
Well,
Sweet
congrats
Daddy?
on being 2-0. Or 1-1. You 1-1?
Yeah, well, first
What's the
off,
projections
don't do
looking
that. We don't talk about projections. We don't talk about projections. We just every day wake up, it's 0-0 mentality.
0-0. Yep.
It's an 0-0
I
mentality.
just want 150-point performances. That's all I want.
That's all you want? Yeah, me too. I think that's all we want.
And if I lose on that, it's fine.
And you know what else I want? I want you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys joining us. Channel's blowing up, show's blowing up. Check us out on Twitter at @JCrane_Cone. Give them yours. It's at David Adam Cone,
At
right?
David Adam Cone.
Yes, Blaine, give them yours.
At Blaine_Crane.
It's at Blaine_Crane.
Yes.
Not at Crane Blaine. I was wrong on that.
That's why he was so excited for people to go to that.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, make sure you follow us on Twitter too, at Crane Company. That's CRAIN Company. Appreciate you guys. Like the chances of Aaron Judge not breaking the single-season home run record held by Roger Maris, not Barry Bonds. We're going. Gone.